with the frustration of a slow internet connection and a few experts talking about how much that can cost business. Now, a new router which can increase internet speeds has been developed by Multipath networks. The router splits internet traffic across all available internet connections, giving users the speed and reliability of all of them combined. And the developers of the router are now raising finance on Indiegogo, the world's biggest crowdfunding platform. We're joined in studio by developer Justin Collery. Justin, talk us through the idea behind setting this up in the first place. It was a bit of a personal story for you. What happened?
Yeah, absolutely. So about 10 years ago, excuse me, I moved from Dublin down to Waterford, and we have a business down in Waterford. And obviously a speedy internet connection for a business and a reliable internet connection for a business is really, really important. Now, what we found was the fastest internet connection that we could get was a 5 megabit DSL connection. And this is backed up by the numbers. In even the most advanced economies in Europe, like Germany and the UK, 30% of businesses and customers only get 5 megabits or less in internet speed. Now we had options when we could get internet from a number of different sources. So we also had a fixed wireless provider. But each one link on its own was too slow. But if somehow we could add these two links together, well, then we would have a decent internet connection, and that's what we did.
Did that mean that you had two bills then?
It did mean that we had two bills, but you know, the way that we consume the internet and the way that we use the internet is changing. And many people, even without realizing it now, already have two internet bills. So many people now are switching to 4G phones, which in effect is actually a second bill. So you're now paying for perhaps your DSL at home and also your 4G phone. And it makes no sense to pay for lots and lots of internet connections but only use one at a time. So this is a really exciting project. What it does is it allows people to take any internet connection that they have and add those internet connections together.
And the red box, how can that help us as consumers in the home, and I suppose especially where the biggest savings are going to be made in business?
Okay. In business, the core thing here is with the advent of cloud computing, more and more businesses are using cloud computing. They're using services like Skype in order to communicate with their customers and with their suppliers. And if a business is offline, it's not just that they're not making money, they're actually losing money at that moment in time. So with the Multipath Networks router, what it allows businesses to do is to use all of the connectivity that they're actually paying for at the moment. And if one of their links dies or becomes slow or becomes unstable, instead of going offline and going basically not doing business as happens at the moment, they can carry on. They don't even realize their internet connection just gets a bit slower. For consumers as well, I know in my own house, we've got 3 small children, and in the evening time, you know, my wife likes to watch one thing, the kids want to watch something else, and these generally are now streaming services. So people are using the RTE player, they're using Netflix, they're using YouTube, and they're consuming their content in new ways. And if you live in an area, or if you just want to upgrade your speeds, the game changer about this technology is it breaks the link between the consumer and the speeds they get from the operator. So if you've got a 5 megabit connection from Aircom and you want to upgrade that to a 10 megabit connection so that you can watch more and more online services, you don't have to get that 5 megabits from Aircom. You now have choice. So if Vodafone are doing a good deal, or even Aircom have launched their own 4G service just this week, you can add the speed of those other connections to that which you pay for already.
Justin Collery, Multipath Networks, raising money now on Indiegogo. Best of luck with that. We're going to take a quick look at the markets.